Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
Legends Only.
My name's T. Kyle,
And I'm Brad.
and this is your weekly pop culture podcast where we talk about
Legends Only.
greetings, girls, from mid-final Pride weekend.
Not gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it, I think.
I'm gonna carry on.
Yeah.
But I am Wendy Williams walking in with the glasses and the coat.
Yeah.
Freaking mess.
It is very that. Another night of you going out later than me.
I know. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I also made like the most rookie mistake of my life. I've been here for like 12 years and I was like, let's go out to HK.
Hey, girls.
Hey, girls.
So then we moved to LA.
Very bad right now.
Well, everyone, we hope that as you're listening to this, that you survived the last Pride weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the tweet that was the Paris Hilton clip of her speaking to Congress and
The code switch.
where she's like, I love your coats. So we really need to. And it was like gays on July or June 30th and July 1st.
That is exactly what it is.
Me on the podcast first, me in real life. Anyway, so last night we went to Ladyland.
Yes, night one.
In Brooklyn.
Under the K Bridge, which
was not ironic.
not, well...
No, it was.
Well, it was ironic for many of the gays in attendance, I think. But also, I thought it was a gay joke.
Same.
I thought people were calling it Under the K Bridge.
I'm
I was
like,
like,
oh, that's
wow, a lot of
so
ketamine
funny.
going on under there. Yeah. It's
No,
literally
it's-
called Under the K Bridge.
Yeah.
Yes. We went to night one. A lot of fun. So much fun. We saw our friend, Mr. DJ John Ali, open up the festival with a set that was so great.
8?
Mashups aplenty. Yep, he 5, 6, 7, 8. Visuals.
It is literally the quote from the latest Delta Work rant.
Which one?
She talks about how people say like, "Oh, I did a thing," and like they're very like humble about what they did, and she like
Say that
snaps,
shit.
and she's like, "No,
Say it with your
you
chest.
did the thing."
You know, that's why I like that Ariana Grande. She said,
Yeah.
say that shit with your chest. I die on that hill.
Oh, I did it. I did a thing. No, you did the thing. You ate down. You ate the house down boots, and it's okay to let people know. Guess what? I know I did something good. The hard work is paying off, and I'm so fucking happy that you're here to celebrate it with me. We ate. I didn't just eat. We ate, all of us, and we're going to continue to feast.
That rant
Yeah.
did something to me.
Or
It
she snapped.
inspired me.
Mm.
And I have to say, John, because I know you're listening. Hey, girl, I am so fucking proud of, like, I was beaming
Oh, you're going to
with
make him cry
excitement.
again.
I am going to cry right now. I was crying for him. That bitch has been grinding. Club, hardware, playhouse, club, bus, Fire Island,
Stairs,
back.
if you know, you know.
in the grass.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Hey, bitch. No, and I was just like, oh my God, it looked so fucking cool. And like as the sun was setting and the lights started sparkling.
Yeah,
and, like,
it was great with the lights.
visuals. And the mixes were so good.
It really
Played
was.
in the air,
It
the
really
Morgan
did that.
Page remix.
And he set the tone for the rest of the
Happiness.
festival, honestly, because he got
Mhm.
everybody up. And then there was just like a vibe from there on in.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, it was so fucking cool.
It was. And it was also just really cool to have like all of our friends and extended friend. Like it was like the group was all there. The girls were all there. And that was like really cool too. Oh, he's crying. I can tell.
This is me then, this is me now.
This is me now.
That was our
Honestly,
this is me now.
That was. It's like all the girls we've been with forever for over a decade were
Ugh.
there.
Wow.
So that was fun to spin around with them. Yeah, we had a great time. But yeah, and you know, we stayed for a certain other performance.
I hope
Okay.
you keep on serving cunt.
You know.
Okay.
Well, before we get into that, I would actually just like to say that the festival itself was really cool. We were just talking about it off the air. The layout of it, the organization of it. Like honestly, just having experienced many a festival and music event, the copious amount of porta potties, the plenty of like food trucks and things like that. It was
And
like
space to move.
Yes. I was like, okay, honestly,
and take a breather.
this
and
was-
step
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Twirl.
twirl.
You could twirl without like hitting people in the
Yeah,
face.
you get the view if you want, but you can step back too. It's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So I was, shout out to Ladyland. Yeah, we saw some performers through the night, but there was one headliner in our heart. This was, as you said, the season finale of Chasing Luann.
Yeah,
your reality show that hasn't hit the air yet.
So can I tell you something that was going through my mind in the 20 minutes before? Because we have this running joke here on the podcast. We call it Chasing Luann. It's this mock reality show where like the planets we're trying to align them.
You were two ships passing in the night. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though I work to Watch What Happens Live, like I've been in the orbit of Luann.
You've been assist and deceased. You've been all of it from the highest highs to the lowest lows.
Yes. And recently, like every time something has like come close to happening, like an act of God is like someone gets sick.
Or Bethany.
Someone, and the 20 minutes leading up to it, I was like, is the bridge going to collapse on me? Like, am I going to faint? Is something going to fall off that bridge?
Did you see the bridge workers park and sit there for Luann?
Yeah. And I immediately thought, I was like, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
What act of God is
to prevent you from this moment?
That's what they call it, right? Like an act of God.
Yeah.
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 I was like, clutch it. I was like focusing on the ground. I was like, don't fall over.
Thunder, lightning, R9 drop. What's it going to be?
No, the season finale of Chasing Luann.
My God.
Actually, I don't know. This might be like the cast trip.
It might
of
be
the season.
Our season 2 premiere. I'm not sure what it was, but I will say once that F Mary or that backdrop, Mary F kill, right?
Yeah,
F Mary kill, Mary. Yeah,
Mary F kill.
Once that came on the screens and everyone screamed,
unreal, just
the
absolutely
calamity,
unreal, and the crowd screaming.
Yeah,
was like it's Bethany when she was like, "Oh, evidently she's Madonna." She is.
She is. We just saw Madonna.
And I'm not going to say, I'm not trying to sound rude, but like Luann had a louder response than other people that were booked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I undoubtedly. And I just wanted to paint a visual. You need to picture people in crop top brat shirts and platform heels and
tits out,
tits literally
glitter
out,
everywhere,
glitter,
asses out.
That's the crowd shaking and crying for Countess Luann
under a bridge.
The most fever dream.
Yeah.
And for some of those people, they were already feeling all sorts of things. That one man who was just standing there looking
staring,
still,
just shook.
He was like at the dinner party from hell watching it.
And that's the thing is we joke about fever dream. Like I've absolutely had this fever dream.
Yeah,
we've joked about like
shocking.
a low festival.
Yeah.
This was it.
This was it. Yes. So yeah, the music comes on. The medley comes on. The intro. Chic C'est La Vie.
The most
music
outrageous
video.
visuals ever.
And she comes sauntering out in like high camp Vegas showgirl outfit, boa,
shout out
sparkly
to
dress.
listener Jerry,
front
row on the barricade.
I mean,
Luann.
camped out overnight. I hear. Fought off the little Luannsters. Yep. Oh my God! And she just went right into it. Was Chic first, right?
Yeah. One more time. That's the other thing too, is like hearing her echoing underneath this bridge. I'm like, it's literally my impression.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, bitches. I'm sorry. It's like one of the most entertaining, funniest, campiest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. See, y'all got the dress code.
Yeah. Serving God.
Serving God.
And then when she did Money Can't Buy You Class, just the end when she was like, "Oh yeah."
the like 1.5 dancers with the money guns that weren't working. Really,
that's sassy gay. That everyone was like the sassy gay that's doing Luann's socials. She came out and was that's him
doing the socials.
Yes, doing the
did the money gun.
Yeah,
holy,
he is working his ass off. He is social. Managing, running out there, throwing dollar bills.
I was
Money Can't Buy You Class.
Obsessed with that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving production value.
Yeah,
stunts, props, gooped and gagged. Yeah, and I have to say, and I said it to you too, like I was a little shaken that the mixes were all sort of like lively club, live performance versions. She did like 12-minute extended of Mary F. Kill.
Yeah. We could have shortened Mary F. Kill.
We could have been a little bit, yeah.
Because afterwards, people literally were like, oh, she didn't do Feeling Giovanni.
Oh, yeah.
People like were at... And then someone else was like, she didn't do Girl Code.
Yeah, there are other hits that we need to squeeze in there.
Yeah.
Medley. I know. She killed it though. The energy was there.
Yeah.
And the crowd was there for her.
Mm-hmm.
There were shirts.
And she announced she's coming back to New York. November.
Cabaret, November. Where did she say? It was the below thing?
Sony Hall.
Sony Hall.
When will your faves?
Literally.
Well, Anna did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
8.
But, I mean, incredible.
Mark your calendars. This is going to be a low meetup.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll set something up.
Sony Hall.
For November.
Yeah.
If you don't want to deal with it again, I'll go.
Oh, no, I want to go.
I want to see the full
Yeah, I was going to say, I
cabaret.
want to see the full experience.
Same.
Yeah. And we'll obviously Keep on Serving extended.
Oh, my God. I need to hear it
Yes.
live.
What a time.
Wow.
I'm just so glad that you got to witness, that we all got to experience together.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Like, truly mind-boggling.
Honestly. Shout out to Countess Luann.
Okay. Come on the podcast. Let's talk about it.
Let's debrief.
Oh, that'll be literally like my Oprah Beyonce interview.
You are Countess Luann. Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love it. Everyone, if you're listening, this is not sponsored. Like, go see the cabaret. You need to do it.
Yeah. Well, I know that it went down big
I think you all know.
Yeah, exactly. It went down big in Mighty Hoopla. Like, I can see why.
Wow. Well, and that was just yesterday.
That was just yesterday.
Okay. Well, last week, everyone, surprise.
Oh, surprise.
Brad was in London, and we told you all, we'll see you next week. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Had a little
drop.
surprise. Yeah. What a whirlwind of a week, 2 weeks. Yeah. I know. Surprise interview with the one and only Danny Minogue. Thank you so much, Danny, for chatting with me. Yes, I'm still on cloud 9 about it. And I couldn't even, like, the 1, 2, 3 punch of, like, Danny, Girls Aloud, meeting Faye of Steps on the street. It was a lot to handle. Not a lot of sleep, but hustle.
Worth.
Yes.
I loved this interview.
Thank you.
Because I listened as I was editing it, and I was like, you ate this up.
Thank you. I had to get in my Danny Stanny questions while also I knew in the back of my mind I had to ask about the show, obviously, which is why you do those interviews. Right. They're always, but I tied it in, and we got there at the end. But yeah, I had to be like, so your 2007 variety show appearance on Kylie's Variety.
The way that you just started out the interview is like, I've been a Danny Stanny, like, was so good. I'm like, thank you. This is so refreshing. Like, to hear like a fangirl fanning out.
You know, I there's not enough of it. There's not enough of people who are genuinely fans of artists doing the interviews, I find, and it doesn't dive deep enough. Yeah, and it's like, no, we want to get to the real. I mean, I still have 500 questions I need to ask, and my list was like insane. Obviously, I never would have gotten to everything, but yes, it was a dream come true. Long time coming. Anyone who knows me, I said it in the pod, like since 15, been a Danny Stanny, and so it was very life affirming and validating. And you know, we mutual follows, and she's liked and shared things over time, so. That was the segue, because I was like, yeah, you saw the shirt, so let's talk about it.
So good.
But yeah, it was great. So check it out if you want. And yeah, more to come, I think.
And Danny, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Because she revealed.
No, she listened to the pod. And I did not know what to do with that.
Your face in the video of it. You're like
processing what she might have heard. It's like she's just listening about rats and Countess Luann. And I
literally,
can't imagine.
Anytime someone tells me, they're like, I'm like, what did I say?
It's always shocking. It's like I'm doing a mental recap of everything that just happened. I'm like, what did you just hear?
Shout out to, I ran into a bunch of listeners last night.
Oh, yeah?
Because I was, after you left, I was like roaming around and like looking at the merch and stuff. I ran into a bunch of listeners.
Oh, we love.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
As I was like twirling around. Nurse.
And I was doing my mini tour of Brooklyn and Manhattan last night.
Yeah.
I'm stamped like a whore. I have like pride arm. I have like
Oh,
3.
what? How did you not take that off yet?
Because I think I need it for
Soap
tonight.
exists.
No, I think I need it tonight for the night 2 of Ladyland.
Oh.
This is. I look like
My
look
God,
like
they
a
might as well
whore.
just brand the logo on your ass.
Oh my god. But yes, while we were gone, Danny interview dropped. I was in London. We'll talk about it in detail in the after show, of course.
Yeah.
But saw Girls Aloud, life affirming as well. Went to the after party with the girls. It's a whole big thing, and whirlwind adventure. Didn't sleep at all. No sleep. Club, bus, another club. Ladyland.
Luann, another club.
This month has just been a blur.
I'm grateful to still be standing.
Same.
Barely, but
Still standing. Keeping you dancing, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. And that was only like a week of stuff.
I know, we can't go away.
This episode is going to be all over the place.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not sorry, but I will do my best to keep it moving.
Yeah, you'll have to wrangle.
Well, while you were in London,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she, to some, likes to do this, overshadowing others.
Oh, you're talking about my friend?
Yeah. So while you were in London, so was Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I was aware.
And she brought out her man during the Eras tour.
She did. I just want to say,
Say it.
I'll just say it on the main. Say that shit with your chest. When I was there, 2013 for 10 tour, the day after, it was like Girls Aloud reunion headlines, and I looked at the papers, and it was like Aloud was on the papers. The morning after the Aloud, I went to go look at the papers at the local Salisbury or whatever it was called. I don't know where I was. And just Taylor Swift taking selfies with the royal family. Taylor takes over London. Tay-Tay. You know.
Tay-Tay in the UK.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
You know, it did feel personal, and I did feel attacked. The taxis were skinned with the Tortured Poets Department, custom logos.
Still?
The vinyl shops, I tried all of them. It had like entire Eras Tour sections of every vinyl and variant. You know, it was.
They should have done different variants of cabs.
They should have.
Yeah.
They probably
I
do,
would
and
get
each
in a
one probably
1989
counts
cab.
for Billboard.
Oh my God, imagine if you get in a cab and it's just playing Clean by Taylor Swift. I would tip well.
I would get out.
Yeah. I would get in a 1989 cab.
No.
I would live. I'd get my life.
No, I'm getting in. I almost got in the Alexandra Burke cab. I don't know if you know Alexandra, X Factor.
So random.
She is performing in Sister Act the musical in London. I almost went to that, but I just there was too much on the itinerary. But that would have been cool. Anyway, shout out to Alexandra Burke. Anyway, so it was a personal vendetta. You know, we've been talking all this past few weeks about, is she blocking? Is she not with the variants?
Get a good lawyer.
I can say objectively that was a personal attack on Girls Aloud for sure. She intended to drop in at the same weekend they were there, and it is undeniable that she was threatened. And I also, one look at the apps in that city. You go on Grindr, visiting, Swifty, here for Eras Tour. What brings you to London? I say Girls Aloud. No, they're there for Eras Tour. I block.
Mass blocking.
And I said it already, but I was at the gym, and a big bulky guy came up to me, and he was like, "Can I work in with you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I'm trying to figure out what a kilogram is on my phone, and he's like, "I can tell by your accent you're not from here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from New York." He's like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "What's got you here? Work or pleasure?" And I was like, "Girls Aloud." And then his fucking face was like shocked, and I wish I could have screenshot it. And I said, "I bet you never heard that in an American accent before." And he did kind of walk away.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Whatever. You know, I'm fighting the good fight. And I will have more to say on this as well. I will be chatting with two friends from across the pond who do have a podcast about my whole experience, so they were there too. More to come on that soon.
Where did the saying "across the pond" come from?
I don't know, because it's much larger than a pond.
Ocean.
It's more like an ocean, really. Yeah.
Not really a skip over.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah, and that flight is not cute.
Wow.
The way back.
Hear that, Delta?
8 hours. Well, as
Or
I said
whoever.
on the shout out to everyone who was on the after show, but when the flight attendant, the can dropped on my entirely full cup of water all over the lap, and she handed me one little thing of the fork, knife, and napkin. She's like, there you go.
I love a passive aggressive flight attendant
Putting
like someone in their place.
Was 0% my fault. It was like fully her accidentally knocking the cart and the can into my water. I really could have used Brittany as the flight attendant to like lean over and wipe me. She didn't do that. Sorry, I need to. Yeah.
On my way back from Paris, I remember the flight attendant got snappy at this lady in front of me because she was like, you know how they give you the pre-prepared meals?
Yeah.
For dinner. It's like, and you don't get a choice, right? Like you can't.
You get two choices, I thought.
Yeah, but you can't be like, can I get it medium well?
Oh,
you know, you can't like, oh, can you hold the cheese?
Yeah.
You don't, it's not, the delicacy's
this is
not there.
a custom option situation.
Yeah, so this woman asked for like a custom thing, and the flight attendant just goes to her, you can choose to not eat it. And I was sitting there and I was like, eat her up.
She ate.
And I just smiled at her.
By telling her not to eat, she ate. You can choose not to eat.
Oh my God, it was so, like, it literally just rings in my brain. And the woman just sat there and I was like, exactly. Fucking, anyway.
Us when our Queens of Pop don't serve. You can choose not to eat.
Well, everyone, our poll results.
Yes, tying in with this.
Now, the most recent poll was question, do you think that Taylor Swift is intentionally trying to block the other girls from going number one?
Yep.
Well, we have 155 votes and 22 days left if you would like to participate. And an overwhelming amount of you, 86.3%, said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get a good lawyer.
I was shocked by this. I thought it was going to be like 50-50, 55% no.
No, everyone is on board, I think. And now after my allowed experience, I'll add my yes to the vote too. That was clearly an attack.
Oh yeah, I voted yes. I voted in our own polls, of course I do.
Obviously. My God. Wow.
So
well, the people have spoken.
Yeah. And also we have another update from the other poll. Are you overwhelmed by the amount of new music this year? Both our Patreon audience and Spotify audience are on the same page. We have 65% yes, 35% no. So I'm not alone.
Well, buckle up because there's more coming.
I know. This week I was like, why?
Yeah.
I'm still 2 weeks marinating.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, now I'm brat summer this week.
I knew it. I knew you just finally heard brat.
I am finally a brat.
I knew it. You literally have like a 2 to 3 week lag where I'm like, I'm going to say something and you're not going to process it right now, but it's going to hit you in 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, well, here's a poll for the audience. Would you rather I lie?
No.
Or would you rather I marinate for 3 weeks?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I drop little breadcrumbs and I'm like, in 2 to 3 weeks when you get that, you're going to be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That song does slap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like 3 weeks behind. Or
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. You'll get there.
It's whatever.
So I'm guessing.
I like a moment. I like an experience with an album. Like you were describing listening to Brat in London. And you're like, now I'm always going to have that memory.
Girl So Confusing with Lorde dropping in London was the biggest blessing. Like it is a core memory. Walking around Soho, listening to it on repeat. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
We will definitely be getting into that. But yeah, I'm just happy that you're there now.
I'm not going to listen to a brand new album during a heat wave when I'm miserable. It's always going to make me think of that. I want to be in the park stoned listening to Brat, which is what I did.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
I'm just glad you're there. I'm
Yeah.
glad. It's gonna be a wet Brat summer.
Literally.
More on that.
Certainly wet and not like in that way, but like
Yeah.
it's fucking humid. Don't worry, we have another poll coming this week. You might actually see it if you're on Spotify. It will literally pop up already. Okay, so we also have some Lindsay Lohan news this week.
Oh, right.
We got the first look on the set of the new Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it's not just spoken about anymore. I feel like it was just one of those things where they talk about a sequel happening for the end of time and it never actually does.
The Spice Girls.
The Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Basically. And I was like, oh, that's actually happening.
Trust no one.
Yeah. Well, good for Lohan Sans is alive and well. She also did that interview that was beautiful. She looked stunning.
She's on auto drive with the Lohan Sans.
Yes.
Like we revved up,
Mhm.
we switched gears. Now
We
we're on
vroom
auto
vroomed.
drive.
Yeah.
And that Oscar, she's on the horizon.
Speed drive. It was the vroom vroom to speed drive pipeline.
To her be fully loaded.
To her be fully loaded. Yeah, it's happening. And I just the TikTok locals, the comments on the interview, I think it was GMA or one of those, she was just sort of she got emotional talking about having a baby. It just looks stunning, giving mother, and it's a great time for her. I'm really happy for her. And I don't know if the Knives Out cameo rumors will pan out, but we'll see. Good for Lindsay.
This is exciting.
I have to be really real though. And this is kind of Freaky Friday-ing us.
Uh-oh.
I haven't seen it.
Seen what?
Freaky Friday.
Okay. So I haven't either. I was gonna say I don't know. I know the soundtrack.
I know the soundtrack and I know the plot, obviously, and I know what happens, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I know the
Yeah.
Of course I know the soundtrack.
I can yeah, but
that's Teenage Drama Queen, right?
That's Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
Oh, oops. Well, I thought that was from Freaky Friday.
Oh, well, this is a rare moment where we both have really missed the cultural mark here.
Whatever.
It's fine.
Would you guys shake your tits to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I thought that was from Freaky Friday.
No, it's Confessions of a Shopaholic, right? Or something like that.
I don't know. Confessions on a Dance Floor.
Confessions on a Dance Floor with a redhead. I mean, it's the same thing. I don't know. I'm happy for her.
Same. We also got new promo for Pure Leaf, not sponsored, where she's just like serving.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I love her promo videos.
Same. She's just doing really well right now, and I support it. I'm very happy for Lindsay. She should collab with Countess Luann. Their voices together would be like butter. Okay.
Sopranos. That's a soprano, right? Or is alto? I think
alto is deep.
Tenor. I don't know.
Oh wait, but you might. Yeah, we're floundering right now.
Listen.
You know what? We're learning.
Barely.
She thinks she's a singer.
Hanging on, and the amount of like visual and meme references that have crossed my brain wires in the past month.
Well, bass is like the lowest. Soprano range is the highest singing voice.
Oh.
Mezzo-soprano is middle range. Contralto is lowest female voice. Contralto.
Oh.
I definitely knew this in like second grade.
Yeah.
When we had to learn
do,
that.
Like, bands.
Yeah.
And like the recorders or those flutes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have to do that?
I did recorder.
Yeah.
And for 3 weeks I did saxophone, but I was like too small to hold it.
Oh. Anyway. I'm sorry, everyone. I feel like this sounds like, so deranged.
I'm so sorry.
But it's like, that's why we love this podcast.
This is a real capture of the moment right now.
We're unlike anyone else. Well, be careful of what you tweet these days.
Lord knows everyone. I know that.
Because you might get screenshot by a fave.
Oh.
And blasted on Instagram main. Sabrina Carpenter, who we need to congratulate for going #1 with Please, Please, Please. Skyrocketed.
Like effortlessly.
Just literally sipped espresso up and spit her out.
Yeah.
And was like, nope, I'm #1.
Yeah. I think espresso 4, please 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do need espresso to be 1. Like, it clearly is the song of the summer and all that stuff. So let's get that one as well. But yeah, please, please, please ate her right up.
Yeah. And Sabrina celebrated this in an Instagram carousel and she included the screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to, this person has like deleted
they've been
social
scared
media,
off the
right?
internet. Yeah.
So I'm not going to like, repeat their name and
Right.
like encourage people to go pile on this person.
Right.
It's really not that serious
no,
at
it's
all.
not.
But they tweeted.
And I did see the tweet as it was happening. Like I saw it the day that the song came out.
The tweet says, I don't think I've ever seen someone fumble a second single this hard. My goodness. Goes number one.
Yeah.
And Sabrina posted on Instagram and he deleted everything.
It was too extreme of a I mean, obviously we it's just shit tweeting, and
Fumble is
shocking.
Yeah, like
Fumble is too much.
I mean, I said she's cute next to gorgeous because
it's a much different flavor.
Yes.
But fumble wasn't the word for this song.
So if we want to have that conversation about second singles that fumble, we could.
That could be a whole podcast.
That could be a series.
Yes.
We're not doing that today.
Yes.
We could.
We could. Yeah, they said that Please, Please, Please was a fumble. It went viral. There were a lot of likes and reshares of that tweet. And Miss Sabrina, now that we know that she is a petty Twitter gay like the rest of us, screenshotted that and held it in her little back pocket on her little frilly dress. And she said, oh, you just wait. Yeah. 1 week, 2 weeks, wait for the charts to come out, sweetie. I'm torn because like obviously it did scare him off the internet, but I'm also like, as a human, like when you get dragged on Twitter, it's really validating to have that clap back. Like that's so fucking fierce to be like, oh, remember this tweet, sweetie?
Fumbled where?
Fumbled where?
Yeah, as she tosses her number one statue.
Yeah, exactly.
Fumble that.
So I do kind of live. That is peak petty behavior, and I'm kind of into it.
Same.
Like there was some backlash to it. People were like, "Come on, he's just like a Twitter gay." Like Stan Twitter tweets like that all the time. But I'm also like, if you put your shit out there,
if you're tweeting and it's public, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the TikTokers when they're like, "Oh my god, I never thought that this was gonna go." Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you posted it,
and it's also a reminder that these people are still human. They're a human being.
Right.
And like, yeah, they see that and it hurts their feelings. I know that she's popular, but it's still like that. I know that it had a lot of likes and stuff too. So it probably felt very bad that a lot of people were agreeing.
Yeah.
So whatever.
It's like when you would see the clown emoji, it would send you.
But, I feel like it's validation. It's vindication rather. And good for her. And Short and Sweet is coming soon.
It is.
Yeah.
And what I did love about this was, did you see this? So Pop Bass tweeted, Tinashe announces new single, Getting No Sleep, out this Friday.
Uh-huh.
And another Twitter user, quote, retweeted this and said, ain't never seen someone fumble a second single so badly. And then all the comments were like, oh, I see what you're doing. Let's pray. Prayer circle, prayer circle.
I know, that's really funny now. Now it's like a nice thing almost. It's like, hate on it so that more people will be persuaded to stream.
I know. I feel like people are just going to tweet this to every fave.
It's become like maybe it's a copy pasta now and people will just use it constantly.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for her. She created a meme.
Well, speaking of Sabrina Carpenter, shall we fly on over to Paris?
Oh my God, Paris.
For a little segment that we like to call High Fashion. So editorial.
Guys, this is awesome.
This is a billboard.
This is super high fashion.
Oh my God, that's so high fashion.
So high fashion.
All the girls were in Paris.
Yeah,
this week.
Fashion week.
I don't think it's actually fashion.
I don't think so either, actually.
No, I think it's Vogue World Paris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which sounds like an Overwatch 2 map.
Right.
If you know, you know.
And I don't.
Blizzard World. Someone out there gets it. If one person gets it, that's fine.
Yeah.
So all the girls were in Paris.
Yes. So many stars stepped out for Vogue World Paris. Truly a million. Cara Delevingne, Selma Blair, Ava Longoria, Diplo, and then a lot of our girls were there, stepping up, showing out. Now, was this? I want to say this was that event a year ago that Miley met Cher. You know those pictures? I feel like that was that, and I could be wrong. Anyway, it's a time to be fashionable in Paris.
Yeah. Normani was there serving. Christina Milian, Emma Chamberlain, Anita, both Serena and Venus Williams.
Oh, I liked Anita's a lot, actually.
Same.
Yeah,
I really liked a lot of all of them. Simone from Drag Race
yes,
was there.
Yes.
Did you see Becky G's look?
Yes.
8.
When does she not? Yeah, there are so many. I'm going through all the pictures now. There's so many good ones, actually.
And there was like a little runway moment. So they all came out and did like a
little presentation. My favorite was probably, Anita. I'm having like a real moment with Anita again. She was performing in London, I think, this week.
Oh.
I made my friend go see her.
What variant is Taylor going to drop?
Exactly, like the Brazilian funk variant of Tortured Poets.
Wait, that would actually go off. Kinda.
Brazil, I have a special variant for you.
Throw a beat on any one of those songs and I would stand it. I think my favorite was Venus Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in Paris this week, Katy Perry. Stunting around Paris.
Oh, God. Oh, God. So, that was this week, too. Right, that was that event. It was the never-ending, never really over train on her dress.
So the first video that she did the Vogue World, Paris World show.
That wasn't that.
With like the nude, tits out. I was here for it.
Yeah.
I was here for the look.
Right.
And then there's a video, like a TikTok. We'll find it and we'll post it on Instagram because it's so funny where she's like whispering.
She found
to
a Katy
fan.
cat.
Yeah. And she's just like, 3:30, go to the Ritz. The Ritz at 3:30.
Literally us after recording.
Yeah. I texted Brad. I was like, this is us 10 years ago. Meeting up with everyone at 3:30 in the morning at the Ritz.
Hi, I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my god.
Go to the Ritz at 3:30.
Oh my god. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
There's gonna be something fun there.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. You can tell all the other little kitty cats. The Ritz, 3:30.
3:30.
The Ritz,
3:30. Thank you.
I did get this video a lot in the DMs.
Yeah.
Being like, this is you and Brad.
Yeah.
I was like, it's accurate.
Go to the Ritz.
So she tells the fans to go to the Ritz, which I think is a hotel.
Yeah.
And
the Ritz-Carlton.
So all the girls line up and they're like, there's a little runway to the cab or like the car.
Right.
Car door opens. Katy gets out. Everyone's shaking and crying.
Yeah.
And she walks into the Ritz with a train that just kept going.
It was never really over.
And going and going and going. Yeah.
And it was the lyrics to Woman's World, but you'd never know it.
No, because no one spread the...
It's like Woman's World.
It's literally the Woman's World. Other. She is other. Woman's World.
So soft.
I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why the fuck do I sound like Cosmo? I am a stan, for the record. I can laugh at my faves.
And I'm an observer. And I laughed. The thing is, we've talked about it also. Like, we needed a smoother. We needed somebody
there needed to be someone, 2 people.
To fluff it out.
A left and the right.
A left and the right. And she needed to walk slower.
Yeah.
If I said, like, if it was Gaga, she would have made this, like, a 3-minute stroll, honestly.
Oh, it would have been like, yeah.
Yeah, she would have done one of those painfully slow art walks, and you would have seen it and been able to read it. And I do feel like it would have been more impactful, but this also did go viral, but perhaps not for the reasons of it being, like, a sleigh, as much of it being, like, oh, God.
Which is, like, either way, it goes viral.
It did go viral.
I almost feel like it goes more viral because it didn't land.
Yeah.
But
when it got like caught out of the car.
Okay, so I almost took the video and I was going to go, this was going to be boots on the ground. I was going to go and
edit
record
lyrics over it.
Some folly, which means like, sounds out in the wild.
Yes.
I was going to go to CVS and I was going to buy something and I was going to record my receipt coming out.
Oh yeah, that
and
would
I
be
was going to
funny.
dub it over.
That would be funny.
Because that's what
CVS
it-
receipt for sure.
my CVS receipt,
Yep.
if it slayed,
Mhm.
was going to be the caption. And then I thought, I just don't want to catch this heat right now. I'm
Oh,
having
that
a
would have
good
been
week.
fine. That would have been fun.
I think she would laugh at that.
Yeah,
honestly.
for sure. Absolutely.
Right, yeah, she
She
would.
dances with a giant toilet in Vegas.
Yeah,
I think she
would've
would
laughed.
handle
Damn
that.
it. Well,
It's fine. She still noticed. More on that later.
yeah.
But well, there was that.
3:30, the Ritz.
3:30.
3:30.
That definitely happened.
And now she's in New York. She did Stonewall.
Yes, that's
With
right.
Elton John.
She threw the first brick at Elton John.
Yeah. Hold me close.
Nobody was
Nobody
killed.
was killed at Stonewall.
She should have done she should have thrown a brick. Like like if I was famous, I feel like I don't know. I'm shy actually, but like she should have stood out there with a brick.
The way
And it
that
would-
would have gone down like a lead
No.
balloon. Truly. But you know what? It would have just served with this era, so that would make sense.
I think it would have been funny. Anyway,
That
that leads us to our next poll, everybody.
Oh.
Here on Spotify, not sponsored. I will also make sure to remember to post on Patreon at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Katy Perry's new era, hit or miss?
Oh.
What? I like polling the audience. I think it's.
Yeah.
I've been shocked 2 weeks in a row. Anyway.
While you were watching her, well, actually, you were busy at your laptop instead of watching the train go by.
Yeah. So I remixed Woman's World from.
Which is not out yet.
No, it's not out yet, but the snippets were out.
Mm.
And the line, she's a mother, just sends me.
Mm.
And I would like to delusionally think that I impacted this in some. I didn't. But rewind to our American Idol event last year.
Mm.
I was like, mother to her.
Yeah, you did shout mother at
Yeah.
her multiple times.
I was like, mother. And she said it. She was like, mother. Back. She liked it, though.
Yeah.
She got it.
Yeah.
And so I would like to think that I influenced this lyric, but
It's possible.
it actually could be.
It's possible.
But I did remix this, and one thing I'm trying to do is when I practice, I share it. And she
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah.
And she shared it on her Instagram story,
I mean, there you go.
and I was rattled.
Well, hopefully it'll influence her to continue to use you and other producers.
That was the point. Someone got
Some fresh
it.
blood in there.
They were like, "Thank you for removing the other production." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes, it's 100% my production and her voice."
There's a concept.
There's always a concept
Yep.
to everything I do that has a deeper meaning that you have to look below the surface.
Yeah.
Smarter than I sound sometimes. Anywho, Katie, if you want to release it, let's do it. I still need to hear the rest of the lyrics. Well, I couldn't see them on the train, but like,
Exactly.
if you just want to call
I'm
it
an other.
if you just want to call it the "She's a Mother" remix, and I'll just play that line over and over.
Mm.
Okay, so I also did another deranged edit this week that we'll talk about.
Yes, you did.
In our brat era.
In our brat era later on.
But before we get there, I think it's time we have a little TikTok talk. Now, we love Cosmo.
We do. Queen of Melrose.
And there is a sound that is just sweeping the socials this week.
All over the nation.
So we moved to LA. My father gets a job at the Palm Restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who was a Jehovah's Witness, believe it or not. He went from Catholic to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic to Jehovah. You know, meanwhile, we're from Harlem. My father's doing coke. You know, my mother thinks she's Aunt Margaret. She's teasing the hair with a bottle of vodka. You know, so dysfunctional, cross-addicted family, still cooking pasta on Sundays. And the meatballs, they wind up being burnt.
And the quote retweets on this are just, I'm obsessed.
It's so fun. It's been used in all sorts of ways. Just me on a first date.
Yeah.
Like me.
Me at the debate. Like,
Yeah.
it's been everywhere.
She's got the gifts of gab. She's a yapper, and we love her for it.
Yeah.
And she's got quite the story to tell. Like, honestly, you can ask her about anything, and all of a sudden you're diving into, like, deep, like, mafia lore, drug use, and all of that stuff, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, she's got so many stories within her. The reality show needs to happen. Book, memoir, another memoir.
Yeah.
There's a tale to be told.
Wasn't Cosmo on H3 podcast or something? Like, there was like a...
Oh, I didn't see that.
The straight people noticed.
Oh, straights noticed?
I think straights noticed.
Straight noticed, 6/28/24. I know she did Interview magazine. She did a couple of things in the past few weeks.
Yeah, H3 podcast, meeting the Queen of Melrose.
Oh.
Interesting. That was like when my Wendy Williams remix went viral, and then they like talked about it, like made it their theme song.
Yeah.
Without asking. For like a month. I was like, oh, you're welcome. Anyway, we love Cosmo. Excited to hear more.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this week, whoever is running the Bratz Instagram account.
A brat is running the Bratz account probably, but they're also a little duffster.
They did a 3D recreation of the Hillary Duff commercial where she ends homophobia.
Do you like this top? So gay.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though.
They, shot for shot, bratified the PSA about the word gay as a slur.
The way that, like, the little girl with the skirt as a top and, like, even having the tag on it.
Yeah.
The level, like, imagine just sitting in the meeting for this. Like, that's where my brain goes, is, like, someone had to pitch this.
Mm-hmm.
It got approved by, like, higher-ups. And then someone was, like, in Blender animating this. And,
somebody
like,
animated this.
Making the little Hillary Duff.
That's insane,
I want this
honestly.
job.
They were like, this is perfect for Pride Month, everyone.
And
Here's
it
my
is.
idea. And it is.
It's so good.
It's wild.
It's so girl wearing a skirt as a top.
It's just wild that a PSA has endured this long and is a cult classic at this point. And the message remains true.
It's true.
It is true. She, talking about throwing the first brick. She threw the skirt as a top.
She literally, the skirt as a top is like, it's kind of the aesthetic right now, actually.
Yeah, we're back at it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, she ate her up, but it's also like kind of like on trend. It's so funny. We also have another Miss Piggy soundbite that I'm just going to play it because it's hilarious and hopefully you laugh.
How does it feel to be such an inspiration to so many women and girls? I mean, you are a pig after all. It feels good.
Like, it's... I'm sorry, but like,
imagine using that like out of context. It's so fucking funny.
And this is the interviewer who also did the one where
the age.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, I can't do Miss Piggy. I don't
Yeah.
think. Oh, 25 plus 25.
That's what you mean.
50.
I got it.
And this one, it's just like the delivery, because you like know that she knows what she's doing.
Yes.
And it's just because you are a pig after all. It's just so funny. I hope the audience is laughing and not like just staring at me with like blank stares, you know?
They're mostly doing that, I can assure you.
Well, someone who dressed up as a pig on the red carpet and is now having a moment.
Quite the moment.
See how I arranged that?
You did.
I was like, I don't want to call someone a pig. But
no.
She did dress up as a pig.
You have been skyrocketing, and you are a pig.
Chapel Roan.
Who
is continuing to just skyrocket.
And we haven't even, I mean, talk about high fashion. The Statue of Liberty look, the divine
which Christina
inspiration.
Aguilera did first at Ladyland. I thought it last night, and I said it to someone. I said, oh, Christina Aguilera dressed up as a Statue of Liberty here at Ladyland. And I don't remember anyone.
There's room for everyone on our iPods. Oh, the newcomer?
Maybe it was too ahead of its time for certain people.
It's true.
The divine inspiration, just in general, she's really high fashioning it all around town. But to your point, yeah, she's been skyrocketing, doing interviews, doing all of this stuff. Not weirdest thing, but the craziest thing compared to Sabrina is you're seeing the album shoot up. You're seeing all of the singles pop up from her album. Hot to Go is soaring. It's like everything in retrospect, like everyone's just like rediscovering and going like, oh shit. Where like Sabrina has 6 albums, but I don't feel like they're doing that as much as like Chapel. They're like exploding her whole discography now. It's pretty fucking cool to see.
It's like you said, you never know where people are going to find you.
You never know.
It's so fucking true.
You never know. And I do think her appearance on I forget which late night TV show it was. But
it was with Fallon.
She captured something there. That was like a moment. People were gagged.
It was witty. Because there was like a bit where he showed a screenshot. He's like, oh, I Googled you.
She's like, oh, you had to Google me?
And she's like, oh, you didn't know who I was?
Yeah.
I had to Google you too.
Yeah.
She was like
snappy.
Witty.
Yes. And there's some gays here in the crowd. That was a real moment, cultural moment, I think. And, now we're getting a lot of comparisons, which happens when somebody is really big and vibrant and popping in pop culture. You can't ignore. There's a lot of people saying Gaga comparisons, and
which is a compliment.
It's a compliment. Some people are all mad about it. I do not think it's musically. I think there's a theatricality and a spark in her interviews. That is the only real reason that's compared, and I think it's accurate. Yeah, there's something really about her. Like when Gaga was first making the rounds and everyone's like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like her personality, the fashion.
We all know the Christina Aguilera quote.
Yeah. It's something that I think is refreshing and cool and queer. It's perfect for Pride Month too, honestly. So, oh my God, yeah. She's killing it.
It is also cool to just see someone with like very intricate details, like the eyelash. Like I've been noticing with her, like there's all these like very detailed elements to her looks.
Her looks.
Yeah, like the makeup and the nails and the little accents. It's cool.
And she caused chaos and discourse on Drag Race Twitter because one of the queens maybe called it performative, and then there was a whole backlash to that queen, and she's getting the girls talking, and that's good. It's a good thing.
I don't think it's performative.
No.
Oh, it was about the late night appearance being performative. I think.
Yeah, they were just suggesting that like the drag queen love that she's been displaying is performative, and it's like, or somebody can just love something, and it's not pandering.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's pandering.
No, and it's like a queer artist, like.
And I think having visibility, especially on that show.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked there. It was like not a very queer place.
That's
like,
true too. That is true too.
It was refreshing to see that.
Yeah. And you've got songs that are queer, like Good Luck Babe, which is just very bluntly in the lyrics about being with another girl, and the girl is like afraid to experiment, ends up with a man, and it's like, good luck, babe, with all that. Yeah.
We love.
Oh, we love.
And I loved her even more.
Love that kind of stuff.
Drag queen. I am the queen of drag. Oh, that was one of the most iconic things to witness.
Oh, yeah.
Live. And the panic.
My heart stopped watching that for the first time, too. I thought it was real.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
And then I started howling, laughing.
Yeah.
Drag
his ass.
Ah! They came back, they're sweating.
RuPaul and Fallon.
I'm like, no, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
On
drag queen.
I was like, no, we're clipping that immediately.
Yeah.
It was iconic. Anyway, Chapel Roan shouted out Trisha Paytas.
Oh, yes, this is very you-coded.
To Nylon Magazine.
Yes.
And I was like, now I really like you.
Oh, there we go.
I know you
I knew there was a seal of approval from you somewhere.
Well, I had already sealed the approval. But then it's like, you tell me you like Trisha Paytas. Now I'm like, you're on. Because like there's a level of internet that like, there's like local, and then there's like people who like know base level things.
Oh, she's like very online. Yeah.
Yes. And now there's like
I love that people have brought up Troye Sivan's tweets about her from 2014. They were like, Troy was like, there's this girl that sings really good covers. It was Chapel. And yeah, talk about, and that makes me so, that's like the industry plant of it all. It's just like, yeah, the industry plant who's been hustling for literally a decade.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that people eventually pop off. Usually industry plants have been in it for a decade when they, I'm doing quotes, quote unquote industry plants have been hustling and grinding for a decade. And then overnight something finally clicks and everyone accuses them of being a plant. It's like, they've been
planted that seed 10 years ago,
dropped from labels. She's like done all these like, small venues and stuff. And finally it's popping. Like, sorry, it's finally connecting.
And wasn't she like on the verge of almost like quitting?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Before this happened?
Yeah.
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 They said that about Sabrina too. They were like, industry plant to take over.
Which is hilarious. I think that shows people's age because like they didn't even recognize that she was like a big deal, like Disney star. And like she's been around, 6 albums, the great pop songs, but the persona I think is what's clicking. We actually talked about this on the Discord. It was kind of going off in the music section. Shout out to the Discord girlies about there was some LA Times article that was like, why now? Like, and it was Chapel, Sabrina, and Charlie XCX. And it was like, these girls are popping off now, which was so offensive to Charlie also. It's just like, talk about somebody who's been going and has been in the culture for a minute.
And influencing.
Yeah. But I don't know. The only thing I can say to Sabrina is I do feel like the persona has just really hit with people. The wink, wink, cheeky bomb pinup kind of girly thing has been, and the clever nonsense outro lyrics were viral and stuff. I think that's kind of what hit. There's just sort of
it's authentically cheeky.
Yeah. Yeah. And
effortlessly too.
Chapel, I mean, I feel like it's just been this rumbling that's been kind of building, like a boiling water, and it's just finally come to the surface.
Yeah.
When I DJ, which is crazy that now in retrospect that I like DJ'd the Amazon Live she did last year that was moderated by Mo Hart. Remember when I did that? The Amazon event? That was her. It was Chapel. But when I was there, all of the crowd had the pink pony, like the hats, and they knew the dances. Like, it was a very engaged fan base. And I was like, well, there's something here. Like, this isn't just like fans of an art. Like, there's something very engaged about these artists or these fans. So it was kind of like a matter of time. Like, she came bundled with like very dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Chapel that I was DJing for.
Oh my God.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, and then also congrats to her for going top 10 in the UK with Good Luck Babe. That just happened this past week.
Yeah. And I'm sure more to come. I think it's going to continue to grow.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we'll probably see a song or two.
Yeah.
In there.
It's that slow burn of like more and more noticing in locals and straights.
That's the thing that happened like in the past 2 weeks is the straights have started remixing. Because I always like to keep a poll. I mean, you guys know this. Like, everyone's like, we get it. But like, I always like to see where the girlies land with like the straights and like what songs they pick up and what they don't. And the straights have picked up Good Luck Babe. They started.
I saw this
remixes.
Amazing viral tweet that screenshotted the top like comment on a Good Luck Babe performance, and the girl was like, "Yeah, this song is dedicated to all the guys who try and get back with us." And it's like, how did you miss the message of this song so bad? It's like, well, when you put art into the world, you're allowed to interpret it as you want, even if you're missing the lyrics.
Exactly.
Well, we've got fans in high places of all sorts.
Yeah. Also, Elton John met with her and posted on Instagram.
This is not surprising. This also to me is like the official endorsement. Like, I remember when he latched onto Gaga really early.
Yeah.
And it's just like when Elton notices, he's such a music nerd and elevates all these rising artists. It's like when he notices, it's like a really good seal of approval. So I'm not surprised by this. I would think she's right up his alley. So
yeah, and she looks so excited in the photo.
Yeah. Oh,
I also love seeing a redhead thriving.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that. You know, we get called Chucky.
Rise up, redhead hive. This
Literally,
is your moment.
Ariel, the girl from Wendy.
Like Wendy's?
Yeah. Her.
Cynthia Nixon, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Lindsay
red
Lohan.
hot summer.
Chapel.
Yeah.
That girl from Brave.
Yes.
I haven't seen that, but I just know her because she's a redhead.
Wow, you need to represent your
Me.
community better.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I think it's time we get into the new music of the week. But before we do, shout out to all of our supporters over on Patreon. If you love this podcast and you would like to support this chaos that we bring every single week, you can support us directly by subscribing to our Patreon over at patreon.com/legends
only.
You can be an icon or a legend, support the podcast directly, and get immediate access to 4 years worth of bonus episodes, including the after show that we do every single week after every main episode. Also, last week we did, I listened to another Girls Loud album.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to Tangled Up, and then I also listened to Chemistry, so that's one. There's road trips and recaps and literally dozens of episodes. And to kick off the new music of the week, kind of on the tails of TikTok talk, the Shoes More Shoes remix from Bridgerton's Nicola Coughlan has now been officially put out on streaming.
This is such a funny story.
Yeah.
From an offhanded riff, really, like during an interview.
Yeah.
To an actual song with the funds going, I believe, to it's charity. I think it's Trevor Project or something.
Yeah, Trevor Project's one of them.
Yep. You know, Nicola had expressed her love of Real Housewives music and, you know, talk singing songs and riffed just like shoes, more shoes.
Private yachts.
Private yachts. Diamonds, gems. Really just Countess
Luann's
Luann.
impact,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ellis Mia, who is the producer of this, that shared this on social media and it went crazy viral. And also, I just think it's cool that like Nicola approved it and like was in with it.
She seems so down. She
Yeah.
seems awesome, honestly, from her interviews. I'm loving her. Yeah, she was in an interview where she was like, you know, those Real Housewives release pop songs exclusively for gay men? That's my dream job because they don't really sing. They list things like shoes, private yachts, caviar, more shoes, which led to the track's creation. And in celebration of Pride Month, Nicola is proud to donate profits to 2 charities, Not a Phase and the Trevor Project. She said, I'm so thrilled that my encyclopedic knowledge of Real Housewives and Drag Race has resulted in one of the silliest, funniest things I've ever gotten to do. As a fan of Ellis, since Read You Wrote You, Ellis did Read You Wrote You. I'm honored to take a random interview quote from me and turn it into a brilliant way to raise money for 2 very worthy charities.
Look at that.
Oh, this is such a wonderful Pride story, honestly.
It's so... Again, you never know
You
where people are
never
going
know.
to find you.
This is a fun, silly bop, and I've loved her actually since she did that interview. I think it was on Graham Norton where she revealed that her Dairy Girls audition, she took inspiration from Nadine from Girls Aloud from the iconic moment where she revealed her age on Irish Pop Stars because she had to get the accent of a Dairy Girl down. So she did her Nadine
What's a Dairy
accent.
Girl?
Derry from Dairy.
D-E-R... Oh, I thought you meant like
dairy, like cow milk.
Yeah.
No, Dairy, Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah. So she recreated Nadine looking for her passport and everything in her iconic moment on Irish Pop Stars that I bring up constantly. But yeah, that's how I knew she was cool.
Oh my God, you met her?
You met her.
Again?
Her and I have like...
Yeah.
She wants to get a Fire Island house with me.
Oh my God, let's go.
Oh, I'm ready.
Next summer.
I'm ready. It's going to be a wet, hot summer.
I'm just inviting myself, but like...
Yeah. Long, hot
I'll
summer.
invite Luann. You invite Nadine. That's a reality show.
That really is. Chasing Nadine.
Continuing on with new music. Now I have finally marinated on the new Kygo album.
Oh.
Self-titled.
Oh.
I love it.
Not surprised.
I mean, you just press play, joy, bliss, beautiful music production, piano sounds.
Beautiful
plucks,
music.
Tropical mallets. Oh my God. Specifically the songs Let Go with a longtime collaborator, Sasha Alex Sloan. If you are a Freeze stan, someone out there is getting me right now.
Not the Jordan Sparks song.
Well, that too.
But too.
The Kygo's version of Freeze.
Yes.
You can hear the instruments that he used in that song, which like I loved. Some of the fans ate him up for that.
Mm.
And then like when he came back with Ava, he did that teaser with all the tweets that were like, we want old Kygo back. We want 2016 Kygo. No, we don't. Who said that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a free
I wasn't
stan.
tweeting
Anyway, I could go like full stan Twitter with like Kygo.
I know you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's the
So he
alt is
posted
for that.
Yeah, he like had all these screenshots of like people being like, we want 2016 Kygo back. No, we don't. We love, but like, no, we don't. So I love that he included those sounds because I love when he experiments. And there's also a song called You Can Feel, which reminds me of the song Sunshine by Dario G.
Okay.
Which is a very high compliment.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. So we stand, see you in September at the Barclays Center.
Oh.
I will be down on the floor with my VIP pass.
Crying.
Probably.
Definitely.
I don't think there's been one show I haven't.
Yeah.
Other albums that are out this week. I'm still marinating. I don't know about you. Some I might skip the meal, but
some didn't even put it in the oven.
Yeah, some I might leave out to rot on the counter.
Christ.
Sorry, the joke was there. Camilla's album is out, CXOXO. Now, I will say, I don't know when I will get to this, but there are people whose opinions I trust that are all saying they were shocked at how much they like it.
I'm not entirely surprised.
And I was like, okay.
She also worked with some really cool people on the album.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem of mixed visuals, people making comparisons, certainly to Charlie XCX and
Rosalia
and other assorted artists, and sort of not believing her like aesthetic as being authentic to her, and sort of just trying on random things to see what sticks. I think that probably has something to do with it, and also just some people just do not care for her. So I did not listen to this yet, so I will get back to you on that as well.
Great. I'll be checking in next week.
Yes.
Cupcake is also back with a brand new album, Dauntless Manifesto.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so bummed I missed the show last week.
Oh.
She did Elsewhere. I couldn't make it. But there is one song called Yawn that has the lyric, mukbang on that thing like my last name was Paytas.
Oh, there you go. That's all for you.
I mean, legends only. And there's other lyrics in this that are like, I'm obsessed. I'm slowly marinating on this one. Like there's a song called Queef. Like
that's high art. That's high art.
Oh. It is high art to me. I'm gonna marinate more on the Cupcake album. We stan. I love to see her thriving. And then we have self-titled from Megan Thee Stallion out this week.
There's so much.
We never even got into like the whole album
the David
cover,
LaChapelle.
The whole debacle of like the covers.
The egg.
I like the egg one. I think that's my favorite.
Well, I think she switched due to Public Opinion, which is always cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. I mean, yeah.
So did they drop the butterfly one?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the egg one's on Spotify.
Yep.
I like the egg one better.
Yeah. I think she saw the fans' reactions and chose that one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a lyric on the song, I don't know what this is, but a Figueroa. I don't know what that is. But in the lyrics, she says, I'm a motherfucking brat, not a Barbie.
I mean, that's so applicable to this summer, too, compared to last summer.
Yeah. Did you see that one tweet that was like last summer, this summer?
Yeah.
It was just two squares, neon pink and neon green.
Oh, that's really clever and true. Yeah.
She is a little XCXer.
She is. Yeah. She's made that clear. I know I need to dive into this too. It's been too much going on, but shout out to Meg. I have been watching a lot of her live show through TikTok, and the moments from the concert, which seem really fun.
Oh, yeah, when she brings the fans up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also met Monica from Salt Lake City Housewives.
Oh, right.
Backstage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, again, you get like more points from me.
Yeah. Well, in bittersweet news, while it's Brat Summer, we also very unexpectedly have the final album from the late Sophie. The company Future Classic have announced new music from the late Trans Creative. It will be a posthumous self-titled album. Your first thought is like, is this approved? Do the people who matter around Sophie support? And they said a couple of years ago, Sophie's family approached us regarding an album release honoring her legacy, drawing from the material that she was so close to completing. Since then, this self-titled final Sophie album was lovingly brought into being by Sophie's family. As label partners, we're humbled and overjoyed to share this music in celebration of Sophie's life and her extraordinary impact on culture. The official statement of the family will be the only statement made at this time. So they shared this statement from the family approving. So it's like as good as it gets as far as posthumous albums, that the label, the family, they're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Same mission statement. And we have the first taste from the album, which is Reason Why, featuring Kim Petras and BC Kingdom, which, goes off a banger. Kim said, Sophie, you're still changing music. I'm so happy to have this piece of music, have this piece of you with me. I love you forever. Yeah, I mean, this is really bittersweet, but it's also like beautifully timed along with Charlie, who's one of her big collaborators. And yeah, she had been working with Gaga, Kim, Madonna, like so many people. And, you know, I think this is it's never going to be perfect because you never really know what the artist was intending with that music. But, you know, that statement that she said, so close to finishing, you wonder if maybe it was like almost there anyway. So
yeah,
it's tough with that. But I do think if everyone around her is all on the same page, it feels better. So yeah, obviously I'm excited to hear the full record, but it will be bittersweet. And I hope there's some really cool like everyone she's collaborated with on that album would be really fierce and nice and touching. So
yeah. Hearing the statement from the family was like, okay, because this reminds me of...
We've seen the estates like fight with the labels or not approve or be greedy.
In 2019, when they released Avicii's posthumous album, Tim, I remember the same. I was like so excited because I love Avicii.
Yep.
And I love Sophie's production.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, as a fan, you're like so excited to hear it, but it's so heartbreaking. Like, obviously there's such a deep sadness.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if there will be, like, when Avicii's album came out, they did a tribute show and they celebrated the music, and it was everyone came together and there was like a live performance, and it was just...
Oh, I could absolutely, like, PC music.
Sobbing, like it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and I wonder if we'll get something.
Yeah, I think it would be very different though. I think I do think it would be like an all-out rave celebration. A.G. Cook, Charlie, Kim, like all these people, and it would just be like a full-on banger event. Like probably, I think that's probably how it would be special, and
like
maybe
honoring the impact and like the influence of her sound in so many of these artists.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah,
I could see like a big blowout for it, and you know, maybe they can perform songs that they wrote about her, you know, So I on Brat and things like that. Very excited to hear.
Yeah, that will be out in September
24th.
Self-titled.
Yep. Well, we are moving turning hard left into another mover and shaker in the music industry.
So do you guys love clubbing? Are you dancers?
This, the most unlikely comeback of all comebacks is here. The first taste. And it's gonna be a wet, hot summer. Heidi Montag is here with the first taste, I think, of the new album. Or just a summer treat. I'm not sure yet, actually. I don't know that they've said. In any case, it is new music from Heidi Montag. No feature, no anything, just like new single, which truly is shocking still to think about. It is a whopping 2 minutes and 8 seconds, but I genuinely like it. I definitely like the chorus. Like, I feel like
it almost sounds like we are in Like, remember that era when like Higher came out and it was like the
Higher
video,
and Blackout.
like,
We're at the beach.
Yes, and it's like it feels like
They're finding
that.
it.
Yeah.
I mean the cover.
Yeah.
The tits out wet shirt.
It is like Higher elevated.
It is. The vaguely hyper pop updated logo and track title on there. I see the vision. I
do.
Vision. I think it's fun. The production is like shockingly Kesha first album.
Yeah.
It's Your Love Is My Drug-ish, like kind of.
Yeah, there's an
TikTok.
instrument in that sounds like a Kesha song.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought the same thing.
Yep. And that's smart, I think. It kind of it evokes the same time period that you first heard Superficial.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah. So she's here to change pop. And
do y'all want tea?
About Heidi?
I sent beats.
Uh-huh.
I got ghosted. It's fine.
Oh. He actually just followed me today.
Well,
that's funny.
Be like, did you see T. Kyle's email?
I will. I'll DM him.
And because at the end of it, I said, if you don't like any of this, can I just remix one of them?
I would love that to happen so badly. I would love a Wet Hot Summer remix from you.
It's been a wet, hot summer.
Yeah, I could see it.
I just love making vocal chops.
Well, there you go.
I'm not good at drums. I'm getting better, but like, give me a vocal and I will that vocal into a brand new melody. Oh, I have a new song out this week. Oh my God, I forgot.
Oh yeah?
My new Spice remix is out.
Oh yeah?
Of You're Not Hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Booked and busy.
This month has been a whirl fucking wind.
It has been. Nice.
And in that one, we chopped her up.
Yep.
New melodies. Basic, broken, unemployed.
Not a song about you, but
2 out of 3 of those are correct. I'm like, I don't know about basic, but broken, unemployed, absolutely. I'm like, we just gotta swap out the first one with something else. It starts with a B. Bitch.
Bitch,
broke, and unemployed.
Yes. Triple B.
Bottom, broken, unemployed. Spice, that's a
there's a concept. I am living for that. Wow. Well, I would also like to just give a shout out to Amelia, who I am obsessed with, and her MP3 album is one of my favorites of the past year. She has a new song out called La Playlist.mpeg. She's keeping up this very clever.
Oh my God, I love an MPEG.
Right? She's keeping up this whole vibe of like DVDs, MP3s, MPEGs.
It's so good.
It's so, oh my God. And this song is a fucking bop. And she's just really digging into that specific 90s, early 2000s references. But I just excellent production. It's about making a playlist for somebody. You want to
Silk Sheets.
Yeah, Silk Sheets playlist, basically.
The way that I thought that was a sleep playlist for like years.
Oh, Silk Sheets? Yeah, when I was like, I listened to that during sex, and you were like, oh.
Is that a public playlist?
It's a Spotify playlist. Yeah, it's just like down-tempo / yeah, not sponsored, but.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to it every time.
That's a bonus episode. It's like, what playlist do you pick?
Yeah. Just no pop music. I cannot.
Oh, no.
And it could go on main. I don't care. Sometimes people flirt with me because of the pod or blog or whatever, and they think that they want to make like pop girl references or like
while they're getting topped.
Like while they're it's just like that's a different. We can girly pop another time, but not right now. Literally, like
a slumber party,
sexting with Britney, like not constantly, but it has happened more than once where they're like trying to be sexy with like Britney references. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm not happy about this. This is not.
Like, we don't need to touch. And you're like, oh, get out.
Literally. It's not even exaggerating.
Oh my God.
I could see if that's not your life, like listening, I guess, to pop music when you're having sex or something. But for me, I'm like, I'm in my head and I'm thinking about the production credits of this song, and I'm thinking about like,
and it sticks with you.
Yeah.
Every time you hear the song.
Oh, well, that too.
Like, I don't know
how I'm sorry for pivoting, but yeah.
I don't think I've ever said the one Britney song that I have like
PTSD about.
Not PTSD. It was
just you were attached to a sex song.
It's always connected. And I'm like, I don't
Brave New Girl.
Yeah, let's just say I was bobbing my head to one of the songs, and it was like
Soda Pop,
and I was like
Bop,
on,
She Bop,
I was
She
like
Bop.
on beat. No, No, it was Get Naked from Blackout.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like,
if you were going to give me the whole discography of options, like that is one where I could see. But Breathe on Me really kind of is the one that I would maybe give a pass to if I'm gonna go there, because it's so much of the beat instead of, I don't know, but I don't want to hear it in general.
Maybe like Be in the Mix.
Yeah, like a 12-minute extended, maybe. Just longer than that's gonna last.
I used to think.
Not a girl extended remix. Anyway,
enough.
Sorry,
of that.
we've gone
disgusting, shameful,
horrible. Well, she went on at 1 a.m. and she was certainly causing insomnia. The next song to discuss, Miss Tinashe's Getting No Sleep. She certainly wasn't last night.
She's been performing.
She performed been a nasty girl.
MTV, like in.
Yeah.
I saw the video because there's someone in the audience that's like, eat it up!
Bo, eat it up.
Yeah.
I know they did the quote tweet about like, I've never seen somebody from. I was a little nervous about this because I feel like if you're still going up the charts, I don't know if you drop another song yet.
Okay, so I have a theory about this.
Okay.
Because a lot of music is algorithmic now.
Yes.
And so if you are like bopping to espresso, right? Like as everyone should be.
Right.
And Sabrina drops please, it's going to be on your release radar.
Okay, yeah.
And the system's going to
I feel it. I get that. Yeah. I did have
it's very algorithmic now.
You're right. I did see that and I go, ooh, but you're going up the charts. But then so is Espresso and Please came out.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then when their albums hit, because Tinashe's also dropping Quantum Baby.
Yes, the next album in the series. Yeah.
It's
like soon.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Like that's going to be pushed out.
Yeah, she wants to push that album out. She's doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a more chill vibe, Getting No Sleep, than Nasty, I would say. But yeah, I'm into it.
I'm excited for her album.
Yeah.
I wonder if she'll throw some like older stuff on it.
Maybe.
And by older, I mean like from like a year ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I have our next artist. Thoughts.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned her in a minute.
No.
Slay!
BB's back.
She's the drama.
Or not back.
She truly has never left. It's a new bop every week. Bop, 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 bop.
And finally, I'm the drama.
As performed on Coachella stage. Yes. This song, it's almost like a mashup. I feel like the verses are very dramatic. And then the chorus is cunt. It's sort of like Sacrifice verses. It's like, like the pre-chorus of Sacrifice is the verses. And then the chorus is just like
drops.
I'm a bitch. Yeah. I'm a cunt. Yes.
Chase It's kind of like that too.
It is too. Yeah, it is. Now that I think about it. But yeah, this chorus is nasty.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, this is hair whips. This is serving on the sidewalk, walking into people. This is that kind of vibe.
I want an EP.
Yeah, I feel like
a little collection.
This is leading to that, I think.
And where's BB Deluxe?
Where is BB
We
Deluxe?
never got BB Deluxe.
We didn't. She moved on too quick.
She did.
I know.
So what I think she should do, I say do BB Deluxe with these as the like package.
Okay.
You know, at the end.
Yeah.
Throw in Sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Throw in the remixed Sacrifice that she played in the Coachella set.
Oh, yeah.
And do like a dance seg. Kind of like when Nicki did, which one was it? But it was like Pound the Alarm.
Re-Up?
Like, yes. And like all of the bonus tracks were like bangers.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see it.
Yeah.
There's a vision there. But yeah, I'm the Drama is out now, finally. She's been teasing for a while. We love. She never lets us down.
Never.
Mm-mm.
And she's having fun.
We love to see him have fun.
We do. And then for the main event of this past week, I think it was last week when you were in London that the Charlie sign started changing again.
Yeah, it did.
Now, I tried to do some digging. I kind of made some headway because I think we said this last week or like on our last like main episode. Whoever did the marketing for this, fucking genius.
Yep.
absolutely brilliant. I think it's probably the best marketing campaign of the year
Absolutely.
for sure.
For sure.
I haven't been this like impressed since like probably like Barbie.
And it's fucking fuzzy font.
Yes.
That's it.
And the color.
Yeah. The
Because
color,
especially
the
last
font.
night, every person that had neon green on,
Yeah.
I thought Brat.
Brat.
And there were actual people with like Brat
Yeah.
shirts. Anything I see that's green, I think Brat car, Brat this, Brat that.
She marketed a
Genius.
whole ass color.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a wall that went up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Started green. Then it was Brat. And then they painted over it and they made it white. Then we got the deluxe cover.
Mm-hmm.
Then they would go live from Charlie's account. So it would get everyone shaking. Like, why are they painting? What's happening? It was
So
brilliant.
smart.
So then they started painting again and they changed it to 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
That stayed up for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Then they intricately changed that to Lord.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what?
Uh-huh.
And then it was like, surprise, here's the remix. Fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
Just absolutely fucking brilliant.
A flawless rollout. And it's continued to get more and more intelligent as it's gone on. It's just so good.
And the way that it was like prepared, like, because this was done.
Yeah.
So it's like she knew she had to get people talking about Lord.
Yeah.
And get people questioning it, which
Mhm.
she did. Then to have this in the bag and like ready to go.
Well, I want to know what the timetable was because I do want, it's
I
not
would
like
say a couple months, weeks.
maybe, but it could have been even sooner. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I would love for her to tell us when that actually happened because it would be a gag if it was like very, very recent and Lord was like, let's work it out on the remix. Like, I don't know.
My guess is a month.
Yeah.
Like it was probably done. The song was probably done.
Yeah.
She probably reached out to let her know. Like,
Yep.
People might
People
think
are
this
going to
is
think
you,
this is you.
just as a heads up.
Yep. And I want to hear her voice note. That
yeah.
Lord opens with like that she heard the when I got your voice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they went out recently. They were like at a was it Troy's concert?
Yep.
We'd love to see it.
I mean, this is we didn't even get to give our
Girl So
thoughts about it in
Confusing.
general. This is Girl So Confusing, Lord remix. And I could fucking write like a dissertation on this.
Do it. You have a website.
I
Don't
do
you?
have a website.
I think you should do that. Sounds
I
like
actually
something
should.
That you do.
Yep. I really
You
should.
I feel like she would notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord would read it.
Lord has time.
She's
She
one
would
of the
read
girls.
it. Yeah. This is so many levels of genius, this song. It is going to be one of my favorite songs of the year for sure. The moment I heard it, my jaw dropped. It is just a minute from Lord of the most honest writing, blunt response that I've ever heard. Being like, sorry I was giving you weird vibes. I've been self-loathing and I realize now that I've kind of been giving cold bitch. Ever since I was young, I was told that I'd walk like a bitch. Like, sorry about that. Now I'm realizing that I saw your life as cool and glamorous and I was kind of like intimidated to be in photos with you, but I'm not actually like being bitchy. Sorry, girl. Mind blown.
Fucking
mind blown.
Real.
So real.
Because anytime I've heard that when people are like, you're cold or whatever, I'm like, you don't understand. I
thought of you. Because I was like, I thought of us, to
Gay
be honest.
So confusing.
Gay So Confusing. I thought of us. It's like sometimes if you go quiet or something, it's like, or like whatever, like even just relationships, it's like,
if I'm quiet, I'm anxious.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be intimidating, mean, cold.
Yeah.
It's because I am like panicking in my head.
Yeah.
And so reading this,
yes,
I was like, holy shit. Like someone else gets it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
When I'm like quiet or like reserved, it's because I don't feel like I can be myself, or I feel like everyone around me is so cool and I don't fit in. Because people will be like, oh, like you weren't like how I thought you would be. And I'm like, because I'm freaking out. Like I'm like so anxious.
Right. No, I
but if you see me out twirling and like fun,
exactly,
I feel comfortable. And I'm
exactly.
like, to hear someone put it into words who like I also think is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, Lord, I think you're cool. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Very
human.
I think it speaks to so many things. It speaks to being a girl and being told at a young age, you're acting
walk like a
bitch. You look bitchy. You look mean. You look a certain way, and that'll just stick with you in your entire life.
RBF,
resting bitch. Oh my god, absolutely. And it's obviously speaks to female friendships, friendships in general, miscommunication, vibes off, artists being, in competition with each other, but also wanting to be friends, and the awkwardness of like, you're feeling competitive, but also not. And it's the industry pitting you against each other in the media and being like,
and sometimes fans.
And the line about, we're, the industry is on we're the coin on the industry, whatever. Obviously they're aware of like the impact of them collabing together and the internet going crazy.
And they did. And she knew, like, that's what's also cool about this is, like, it's in the lyrics.
It is in the lyrics.
The internet would lose their mind if we collabed, and they fucking did. Which also goes to, like, Charlie's brilliance. Mm-hmm. And she always talks about how, like, she's ahead, and people are inspired. I'm like, you knew. You knew it, and you prepped it, and had this, like, yeah. I turned into a little Charlie XCXer in the past 2 weeks, everybody.
A little angel. I feel...
Don't call me angel.
Don't call you angel. I'm just sort of in awe, and the reason that Brat is going to be an album of the year for me is because it's an album that addresses so many things that aren't just love and heartbreak. It's about so many things. And in this case, it's about complex friendships and body image issues and competition and insecurity. And it's just like
inner saboteurs.
And I'm like, this is club music about things that aren't talked about.
Yeah.
Or nuanced, complex things that are specific. It's as much as it's a bratty album, it's also the contradiction of being deeply insecure and like putting on a face to people. And I'm like,
the contrast between like the sound of the album with like the substance is fucking cool.
Yeah. The whole way through, she's like, I'm vaguely popular, but not really. Should I have tried to go harder for Billboard status? Like a cult classic, not like, a big, huge pop star. It's brilliant, I think. It's all brilliant. And this collab just kind of fucking blew my mind. I heard it. Yeah, obviously I was in London and I just listened to it on repeat in Soho, walking around vinyl shopping and stuff.
Walking around like a bitch.
I've been obsessed with it since. I just live for the honesty of it. And I think it brought them both closer to just lay it out on the table publicly. And also it's important that it's public. You've just watched two people work out awkwardness publicly of alleged feuds, in the industry. Like, could you imagine if this was Britney Christina 2002?
Oh, I wish.
Well, honestly, I was speechless, you little bitch.
Yeah.
Let's work it out on the remix.
Oh my God.
I was speechless when I heard your voice out because it broke my phone.
Well, not to bring her into it again, but Christina kind of did it with Gaga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
My bones hurt. Also ahead of her time.
Yeah.
I'm like, they certainly do now.
Yeah. It is true. But what a strong, powerful message to send. Like, fucking cool. Feminist, all of that.
I also loved the commentary about Charlie being in her 30s and this pop record. And like, there was some kind of tweet that was like, we need to let our pop stars like live life and like still do this in their 30s because there's so much to speak about.
There's more to speak about.
And that was kind of paraphrasing the whole discourse, but it was like,
yeah,
essentially, because we have a lot of the girlies, they start, our faves started in their 20s, and there's nothing wrong with that. We stan.
Of course.
And a lot of the girls now are in their early 20s.
Right.
But like to hear the POV of someone who's our age and still wants to dance and make club music and like shake their tits, but is still insecure and dealing with all of that life shit is real.
It's real as fuck. I think that's why people connect to the album as much as from the outside it could look like dumb club beats. Like if you actually dig into it at all, it's much more layered and nuanced, and people have more to say as they get more life experience. And it's a shame that society is the way that it is, with especially with women, where it's like, no, they have even more to say. Like the worldly wisdoms of like Ray of Light era Madonna and things like that is like, when you're a 20-something, you're just having fun. It's one thing you can offer, but with more life experience, you can have more to say.
And we stand Gen Z.
Yes, we do. Yeah, it's cool to hear
a millennial snap.
Dance music with a meaning, and yeah. So
also, and speaking of dance music too, SG and Tuve Lu.
Oh my God! Yes,
I have also like
Heat.
I
It's
felt
a
like I was
brat
very
heat
mum
summer.
the week it came out.
Mhm.
Hearing it out now and like, oh my fucking God.
Perfect 4-track EP. Shout out to SG and Tuvalu. Honestly, incredible. The X-rated video.
Yes.
Oh my God. Just so good. I want the full album from them. I want them to do a whole project together beyond this. But yeah, they snapped as well. And that one is more like a queer liberation, hot, sexy, fun EP. Blends in real well with your brat summer for sure.
I need Addison to get in the studio.
Oh, yes.
With SG.
Yeah, well, that would be good too. She's teasing something that sounds really
I'm
good.
shaking.
Yeah. But, obviously, and now we've got a ton of memes from this. We've got the Let's Work It Out on the Remix memes where people like take a picture like of one person of the Azealia Banks and the screenshot of her Wikipedia feuds of like Let's Work It Out on the remix. Oh my God.
That honestly though, that would be
an amazing song if she was working it out with entire nations of like Ireland and stuff.
Tara Reid and Jenny McCarthy. Need them to work it out on the remix.
That's a perfect tweet. Yes.
Love you, Tara.
There was the one gay who did the AI vocoder of Madonna and Gaga doing it.
That was wild.
That is wild. It also, yes, it sounds like them and it's scary.
They've kind of worked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet you anything. Some of the girls might listen to the song like that and they're like, fuck, we could have like done something like that,
Well,
Katy and Gaga.
Oh my. I did that like roar and applause mashup and it kind of fucking slays.
I mean, it's just a cool way to combat
that would have gone
Stan
off at
Wars
the Ritz
and shit like that. Yeah.
Well, I threw my production into the mix with this, and I did Luann versus Bethany, and it's Girls So Confusing, but it's Luann and Bethany arguing about having the same hair.
Yep.
And it is just a 1 minute take.
Yeah.
We've got the same hair.
Mm-hmm.
The way that it was stuck in my head.
There's something with your brain that you immediately find the perfect matching Housewives moment.
Yeah.
To any cultural moment.
The fact that I have that episode like on speed dial too.
Yeah.
It's the December in the Berkshires episode.
Yeah, you were like 42-minute mark, 19 seconds.
Actually, though, I was like, I know exactly where this is.
Yeah.
I took my laptop out to the park. I popped an edible. I was cackling on my towel.
It's an impressive trait.
Yeah. She did have the same hair.
Yeah. She did.
In hindsight.
They needed to work it out on the remix.
Oh, I would love to see them like hash it out.
Yeah.
Because Luann would eat her up again.
Well, yes. If they worked it out on a song.
Just have a sit down.
Yep.
Like a one-on-one reunion.
I know. It's kind of the Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell interview.
Oh. Iconic.
Yes. Yeah, that really was very Girls So Confusing.
Yeah, there's so many Girls So Confusing
that
we could.
Yeah. But
anywho.
This will go to the distance for me for sure. There was also a local favorite, Baby Love.
Yes. There was a Shrek rave.
Yep.
I think at $3 Bill in Brooklyn.
Yeah, they like to have fun.
And Baby Love, who is a drag queen here in New York.
We love Baby Love.
Obsessed.
Does really good concepts.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always something deep.
Yeah.
And there's so many internet references. Did like a Charlie Brat Shrek.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing.
It was. She pulled down the Brat curtain like Charlie did in the live show.
Yeah.
It's a reveal, like the whole cast of, yeah.
I think Baby Love is one of the most underrated queens in New York.
Definitely. Yeah. I think it's that thing of like, I don't need everyone to go to Drag Race, but I would like her to get that sort of Drag Race exposure level at least because she's so talented. Miss Ma'am, she and Baby Love are like my faves.
Bojangles too.
Bojangles.
I love Bojangles.
Yeah.
The only thing with Drag Race though, I feel like Baby Love wouldn't be able to do
it waters
all
them down. Yeah.
referencing
I do
because
think so.
You couldn't do Shrek.
Yeah.
You couldn't do Trisha. Well, you probably could do Trisha Paytas.
Yeah,
and,
it
like,
wouldn't be the
Britneys
same.
And
Yeah, it would be watered down, and also like you have to fit into their mold rather than really express what you bring to the table to a certain degree. So, but anyway, Baby Love, shout out to her.
Also, did you see the Reddit story that went viral about the brat blanket?
I did not.
There was a Reddit post, and I don't know if I feel like this is a true story.
Oh, but it was from Computer Gay tweeted it, so he probably took the.
It says from R. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, but he famously likes to Photoshop and
just like make things up.
So I don't know if it's true, but I do see this tweet. Yes.
Okay, well, my favorite part about it was because like on Reddit, when you tell a story, it's like a thing to say people's ages and gender.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off and says, I, 28M, have an older sister, 34F, who just had a baby, 0F. What?
I do think this is a troll.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to believe that it's real.
He doesn't post anything authentically, so I do believe that is a...
But then who sewed this blanket? That has to be a real blanket.
Well, here's the original, right? Is it, am I the asshole for ruining my girlfriend's blanket that she worked on for 6 months? Is that this?
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Layers.
But very funny. He is a chaos agent for sure on Twitter.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it fits perfect with the brat
It
era.
sure does. It sure does.
Wow. Also, last note on this, Marina and Charlie interacted.
Oh my God.
This fruit looks familiar.
Charlie said, or Marina said, me too, girl.
I mean,
they have something to work out in the remix.
Said 3 more. That one would be Lord.
Right.
And if the sign is guiding us, that means there's 2 more remixes.
Right.
So
I don't know if it would all be
or
girls,
2 more
so
variants.
I don't know, but
no.
Yeah. Regardless, that would be funny.
It'll honestly probably happen while we're at Pride tomorrow.
Oh, for sure.
And it'll be out by Monday.
Yes.
Something.
That's how things go with her.
We'll see if her Charlie sign goes live again. But
yeah, but basically Marina was just like, oh, this was so healing. And Charlie was like, oh my God, Tumblr girls rise up. And it was like a bit like, oh.
I love a Tumblr girl. The girls that get it.
Yep.
Those are the days.
They sure
were.
Still,
still there, but it's just not the same.
No, of course not.
The UI is so clunky now.
Oh.
Anyway. All right. Well, everyone, another jam-packed week.
Sure is.
But it's not over yet.
No.
I'm seeing John Summit tonight. And you are going back to Ladyland to see Madonna.
I believe so.
And then tomorrow's Pride.
Yes.
And we have more to discuss on the after show.
We sure do.
After this show, which you can find over on patreon.com. You can sync your Patreon and your Spotify accounts if you would like to get the after show in your Spotify feed. Not sponsored, but it's just easier.
I have a late breaking final note. In earnest, somebody replied to my Instagram stories from last night of Luann and wrote, "Who is this woman? Is she a famous drag queen?"
Yes.
I'm just going to write back yes.
Say yes.
Yes. I did it.
Remember when they used to make fun of her?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that line from the reunion where Sonia very earnestly is like, well, I call you a drag queen because you're so tall and you're performing.
Mm-hmm. And now look at her.
Fast forward, she is now on the headlining stage at gay pride festivals.
She's had the last laugh.
She really has.
Well, anyway, on to the after show. Thank you for joining us for another action-packed week.
Okay.
We hope you enjoy the rest of your Pride. And until next week,
we will
see you
soon.
Okay.
It's going to be me next week.
Yep.